wardens.
Yeah.
Perfect. Do 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 do. Perfect. Do 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 do. And there we are. Oh, goodness gracious.
Live chat.
There we go. Great.
And go. Woo! Take the hun! Happy Saturday! Lucky Bat! Ooh woo! Radioactive Bear! Yo! Justin M! Hey! Did anything happen in 40k today? Did anything happen to... I was on Warhammer Community. They showed off the next animation.
Oh, yes, I saw that as well.
Yeah, and it's going to be Black Templars, which is cool.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's fine. That's okay. Could have been a whole orc show, but that's cool.
Lucky Bat, something looks different. Did you get a haircut? I did. And about a year late... I tried to do another overlay. So because nothing looked pretty good, but maybe this will be better. Justin M, what's the deal with the blacklight? What is a blacklight? Is blacklight just blue?
No, it's a UV. It's a UV light.
Radioactive Bear, let's see some more beautifully painted models. Troy, aggressors. I never really dug aggressors. Something is off with their posing. If you look at art of them, out of the Space Marine Codex, the art looks pretty good because they really kind of trim them up, but the actual models look kind of fat. And it doesn't help that they have they have both hands are the same size as their whole torso. Frozen Frog, I like the new overlay. Yay! Just an M, you really salvaged the Necron. It got a molten thing going on now. Yeah!
Yeah, because normally they suck. Ryan Fitz. Hey guys, I'm thinking of getting into some resin pouring. What do you guys think? Should I give it a try?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. And then post your resin pours on YouTube and get 1 million views.
There you go.
Boy, does nothing get clicks like resin pours.
Even shitty, bad ones do well.
It seems like it.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
It helps when you shoot them in square and then also post them on Instagram and stuff. And Facebook. Yeah.
Well, I, for one, can't wait to get my Squig plushie.
Yeah! And then choke on it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm guessing that the vast majority of people are not going to return their Squig plushie and just not eat the pom-poms.
I don't know about that one.
But I bet they have to, because a child could reasonably play with a plush toy and could reasonably eat a plush toy, or the pom-poms.
Yeah. Which I think is interesting. You don't think a dog would die if they ate it? They keep saying children, but don't you think that could be a problem too?
That's true. I don't know.
Guess maybe they don't
My
care.
dogs have destroyed plenty of plush toys, and they're alive.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I wonder if this is like a. I mean, that pom pom is a different.
That's true.
Different thing. But yeah, I love the weird, perfectly done photos of it. Somebody destroying it.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. This is a weird thing. I wonder if this is like baby's first recall.
I don't know.
I mean, what else would they have had recalled? It'd be funny if the candles
because
get
they're the
recalled.
worst.
I hope the candles get recalled because there's like arsenic in it or something.
Arbiter Ian bought the candles, which is awesome. I hope he does a review on his channel.
Might be the only one.
Doomslayer. Is Nick also here? Or is he actually part of the channel?
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in fact, I'll turn him off. Boop. There we go.
Perfect.
Frozen Throg, I played some Infinity today. I got crushed. Made a couple of early mistakes, and the dice hated me. A good wargamer blames his dice.
Exactly.
Doomslayer, I think Ospec's tactics had the best take, and his was, let's all hope that this wasn't based on an incident. That's true.
Yeah. It probably was.
Yeah, probably a whole bunch of people died. It's fine.
Yeah. And like adults. Adults were chewing on it.
Monitor. Whoa! WTF is this? Yeah. Recall the 6th edition Tyranid Codex because it is shite. Aww. I believe it though. The Tyranid haven't had a good update in a while. Really, it's just that their weapon profiles haven't been updated in years and years and years and years.
Mm-hmm.
Whole bunch of stuff probably needs to get moved to toughness 5, toughness 6, given a couple special rules.
I think everything should be weaker and more.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that would really fix them.
Mm-hmm.
Jason M. Hey everyone, and holy new stream theme Batman.
Yeah.
I'm Robin.
Moniteur, am I in Cyberpunk? Yes. Jason M. Hey everybody, and holy new stream theme Batman. A piece of bread. Are flamers canonically effective against Necrons or no? I don't know. I guess you wouldn't think they'd be effective, but maybe the necrodermis that they're made out of is susceptible to extreme heat. I mean, I guess all metals are susceptible to extreme heat, and flamethrowers are probably a little bit more crazy than like real life flamethrowers. So it's possible that a flamethrower could hurt a Necron. Necrons have pretty good saves, though, so that also probably keeps them safe against flamethrowers. So it probably is fairly accurate what flamethrowers do to Necrons. Like, flamethrowers absolutely barbecue orcs. They absolutely barbecue the guard. But things with a good save can usually shrug it off pretty much.
Jason M. I dressed as OG Robin for Halloween and handed out candy with my friend as OG Batman. Robin costume is cold AF. With tights.
I bet.
Yeah.
Monitor, I watch a lot of baking YouTube and a lot of 40k YouTube, and let me tell you, it's hard to distinguish between bases and cookies at a glance. I agree. EJ95, Nick, how do you feel about singing?
I hate it.
Give us a tune.
Nobody should sing. Singing doesn't exist.
There's no such thing as singing. There's no such thing as singing. There's no such thing as singing.
I'm here to have fun. But you know what? There is such a thing as...
Bubbly. Nice.
Because this stream is sponsored by Bubbly.
I wonder if we keep saying it, maybe it'll happen.
Yeah, I'm sure that's how it works.
I think, how much would we charge for a stream sponsorship? Like $1,500 an episode?
Yeah. Easily. And we'd probably be turned down all the time. Justin M, do an Oreo basing tutorial.
Ooh, that could be fun. And then I get to eat Oreos. Classic Oreos. None of those fake flavors. Yeah. All the flavors are bad. I like vanilla and normal. Those are the only two I like.
What about double stuff?
Double stuff's okay, but I like to go back to a normal too. Like I wouldn't want it to only be double stuff. Double stuff is a little bit too much sometimes. You think you want double stuff, but then when you eat you have a whole bag of double stuff, you're like, I could go with normal.
Yeah. I haven't had an Oreo in a while, and I'm fine with that. I haven't had an hankering. Yeah. Although, Mondetour, 7-Eleven was a part-time job.
Ooh.
Which I agree.
Jason M, you're not singing, you're just talking with style.
Uh-huh.
The government's lying to you. 7-Eleven was a part-time job. E10 I'll give the tune for you two to sing when I'm ready to pay $100. Oh yeah, and we already know it's the Teletubbies theme.
Yep. Yeah, we have to sing the Models of Memories intro to the Teletubbies theme.
Yeah.
It's not even possible.
That's true.
I can't even imagine what that would sound like.
Models and Memories is a show about nothing.
And then we'd be dressed as Teletubbies. Yeah, it'd be a whole thing, and it'd be way more than $100.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be 101.
Dalmatians. Radioactive Bear. Jay, could you make a video about painting the Legion of the Damned? I painted a Legion of the Damned on stream, if you go back through the old stream episodes. I painted a Damned Legionnaire Sergeant, and it turned out okay. It was hard to paint. Black armor is poopy.
Yes. That's why I don't paint anything black. Mm-hmm. Everything's green.
Lucky bet. What about lemon? Nah, I don't care about the lemon Oreo.
Doom's there. I get it. I got in on the ground floor on Miniac's latest video and told him that you guys could drink him under the table, and he liked that. So either way, you guys are going to win the drink off.
Oh my god. Number one, yeah, we'll destroy him. And number two, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, maybe we'll be on a drunk mini painting. Probably not, though.
Perfect.
God, when on earth, it's going to take, what? It's going to be so hard to go visit Minnesota. Minnesota there, eh? Oh, Minnesota.
Do we have to get a passport there, guy?
I knew a Minnesota in, and she always would say Minnesota, and I would make her say it over and over and over every time. Minnesota. Yeah. Minnesota. She could not say Minnesota. Minnesota. Goldie Hood. Double stuff does not sink in milk. Try it. Holy cow. Yeah, what do you think like the kind of like white jizzy middle stuff is made out of?
I mean, I think you just
like
nailed it.
Sugar and plastic.
Yeah, but where do you think the coloring comes from?
Jason, at least we can all agree that vanilla Oreos are the worst. Vanilla Oreos are all right. What's wrong with vanilla Oreos?
Yeah, I would rather have. I could go for either one, normal or vanilla, and then that's it. I don't want any, and really, I don't want any of it. I'm done. I'm tired of it.
Craig, heck, can we get a wog? Wog!
No.
Yeah, no. Okay, you gotta use a double stuff so that you can stab your fork between the cookie and then dunk them in the milk that way. Ooh, it seems like a fun experiment. Maybe I need to get one of those like single sleeves of double stuff just to do all of these experiments. And then eat them all. A&L Let's Play. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? Good.
Bad.
Lucky Bats. Bush did 7-Eleven.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it.
Justin M says the Black Templar player. I know. Yeah, I've painted 10,000 points of Black Templar armor, and I know the pain. Doomslayer, you boys need to turn on some vaporwave. You know, a million years ago, we were thinking about adding music to the stream, which honestly we should, but we just never have, because the stream, believe it or not a top priority.
That's true. It is in the moment, but not before.
So everybody else, open a new YouTube window, turn on vaporwave, set the volume to probably 30%, and enjoy. Yeah, why should we do all the work?
Yeah, jeez, what the fuck?
Yeah, you want a little production? You know, you can open a new tab.
Yeah.
You want to see good painting? Open up another YouTube tab and turn on some Vincey V. Little Gabriel Iglesias, or not in Gabriel Iglesias. Angel Heraldez. Oh my goodness. Can't believe I brought up Fluffy.
Yeah. Doesn't make any sense.
Jennifer Perryman, Nick, would you recommend resin or PLA 3D printers to start with, and what printer would you recommend to start with?
I mean, it depends on what you're printing. Are you printing tiny little miniatures? Then you want to go with the resin. If you're going with big ass structures, you're probably gonna go with PLA. It's also, PLA is also good for props. If you want to do props, or anything really bigger than a miniature, terrain. So that all depends. And then for a resin printer, I don't know what the difference is between all the anti-cubics. Let's see. Forget, is the... And, it depends on if you want to go the resin route. Do you want to print, like, big busts? Because then you might need a bigger printer. If you're going to just print small miniatures, you can probably get a smaller one.
I like big busts, and I cannot lie. Those other miniatures cannot deny.
Exactly. You get the Photon Mono. That's a pretty standard, typical printer. The only problem with it is it has a 2K screen, which is it's pretty good quality. But a lot of printers now have 4K, but those are a lot more expensive. But that could get you started, and then maybe look into the Creality Ender 3 Pros or Ender 3s. Those are pretty good printer. They're a little fiddly though, but they're pretty cheap, especially now because there's newer versions out that aren't that much different than the one than the Ender 3.
S. Brian Lloyd, the coloring in Oreo filling is titanium, same as the white paint here. Troy, we are finishing up 2 Shotgun Boys, and Gem works on a set of Heavy Weapon Boys, Firstborn Full Metal Blood Angels bodies, but a bunch of regular or special Dark Angel sets, so Army converting?
Yes.
Sebastian Cobos Alvarado, I can't see anything. Oh, okay, never mind. Piece of bread. I prefer the subtle fan noises in the background. See? Yeah, we provide you with a nice little ambiance.
Mm-hmm. S. Brian Lloyd, Photon Model Resin is on sale right now. This is true. Like, everything's on sale. The resin printers, I would say that the resin printers are probably easier to use, just because it's one part that goes up and down. It can be everything, all of it's fiddly and horrible. But I've had the most success with the resin printers, just working without much of a hassle.
Bill1239, why have you purged poor Nick from using a webcam? Honestly, I shouldn't even be using a webcam. Why do you need to see my face? You know, just watch me pick my nose. The model is what you need to see. Also, we have bad internet, so we just don't want to have too many cameras going at once. Troy, is there a Buffy model? I mean, if you go into any STL sites and type in Buffy, I'm sure there's hundreds. Aaron Ferguson, currently sawing a wood board in half for the competition. For the painting competition? You're making a little display, little diorama.
Compost?
Little compost? Little composition?
I mean, lots of comps.
Gee, Force Member 55. Whoa! What is the new setup? Yeah, I'm trying I'm trying a stream overlay. Combo. Hey guys, tackling some non-metallic metal. Any tips on where to place highlights? I would say take a photo of the model and then look at the photo and physically circle all the spots where it reflects the light of the room or the lights, and then go back to the model and then take your white paint and then paint all those spots white, and then work in reverse to blend them back out into whatever color you're working with. I would say also there's tons and tons of really, really good non-metallic metal tutorials online. Zumakito has an excellent one where he paints a squig hopper. So I would check that video out. Non-metallic metal is very hard. It's hard. It's basically like, hey, how about I just turn the entire model into a freehand?
Exactly. How about I just make everything way harder?
Exactly. Yep, I couldn't have said it better myself.
Right. Odie man, it's not a webcam. It's just Nick holding the camera very still.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Sebastian Cobos Alvarado, do the Sansai! Funny Sansai, go brrr! Jason M. 2 questions. 1, what is the best yellow? And 2, why is yellow only opaque when you screw up? Honestly, I think one of the best yellows I've used is Army Painter yellow. Do I have it near me? I do not, of course. I think it's Demonic Yellow is the name of it. Not bad. Usually yellow paint is really, really hard. If you look at real professional artist brand colors, usually yellow paint is a lot more expensive because the pigments are more expensive. And so a lot of companies cheap out so that they can keep all of their products the same price across the color range. And so a lot of them just have terrible yellows with terrible coverage. Yeah, if you're painting with yellow, it's probably always a good idea to put down a base color of white or a very, very light gray. And if you own any of the Games Workshop yellows, I'm sorry. They're real bad.
Throw them out.
Mm-hmm. David Vaughn, woohoo, caught a live stream. Yeah. So what are you going to do now you caught it?
Wait, we're live right now? Uh-oh.
Oh no!
I've said too many horrible things. Ruh-roh. Bill1239. Nick, how's your Gloom Spike gets coming along? I don't play Age of Sigmar, but if I did, it would be the Gits. They are all built, not on bases, and the bases aren't done. So it's going well.
So a few more weeks until they're all done?
Yeah, I would really a couple of days. It's a little rude that you think it's going to take me so long.
Bill1239, also love your channel, bud. First time catching you live as I am in the UK and it's late. Very late. Radioactive Bear. Alright, I gotta go. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Mutant Mike. Resin has extra steps to finish. If PLA go with Voxa Lab, cheaper than Ender and better out of the box. Doomslayer. Chat's reaction to overlay. Ah, change! Hiss!
Mm-hmm. Just wait until we bring the intro into this, too.
Oh, people adore the new intro. Universally. Never a bad word spoken of our new intro.
Although, every intro we do, people don't like it.
Yes, every single one.
We did the face, people didn't like it. Like, it's hilarious. It's one of the funniest things. Aaron Ferguson, welcome to the Cult of the Gits.
Flipnut Doodad 88, what size brush are you using? It's a little hard to say because every manufacturer has different sizes, but this is a 3. It's a fairly fat, short brush with a nice sharp tip. By Rosemary & Co. Series 313. I absolutely love this brush. I think I'm going to buy a whole bunch more of this one. I have other brushes that are like of superior quality, and I don't like them. This one's perfect because it's synthetic, so it's nice and hard. It's very springy. It can hold a lot of paint. And really, small brushes don't make that much sense because it really all comes down to tip size. If you have a nice sharp tip, it does not matter how big the brush is. I should really put that to the test one day and use like a 1/4-inch calligraphy brush with a nice sharp tip and see if I can paint with it.
That'd be pretty good.
Jake Clark, what did you do for your base? It is a combination of cork and I think Crayola Model Magic. Yeah, cork, sand, and Crayola Model Magic soft squishy modeling material.
And love and care.
And love and care and friendship.
Mm-hmm.
David Vaughn. I wonder, in 40k lore, are there any races that have yet to meet up in battle? Probably not. I mean, there's lots and lots more factions in 40k than just are represented with armies. I'm reading the first novel of the Horus Heresy series, and I'm in the middle of a battle between a never-before-seen race of, like, techno spiders. I forget what they call them. But they don't have miniatures.
Spiders.
I'm sure we'll never get miniatures.
Arachno spiders.
Something like that. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure probably at most planets in the Imperium, or not in the Imperium, but in the galaxy have species, because this is science fiction, which means that every single planet is exactly like Earth and has its own species. Anthony Brown, I'm debating converting my Eliminator Serb.
Kill him.
Yep. Troy, sounds like a 3-chapter edition, 10th edition from the Dark Knight's base. Grey Templars, Dark Angels, GW, so slow.
I've been saying that for years.
Mm-hmm. A piece of bread. If I'm using Warpstone for base coating, should I prime in white or black? What color is Warpstone? Is that a GW color?
It's green.
It's green?
True.
I
don't know. I'm lying.
Might be purple? I don't know. I don't think I own that color.
Sounds right.
Say what color it is. And then I'll know if you should base coat white or black.
You should know the Citadel names.
Not only the Citadel names, all paint brands.
Yeah, I don't understand. We all know what it is. We're just waiting for you to figure it out. Monitor! But she said tip size didn't matter.
She lied.
Ooh. AOTL ding! Hey Jay, do you think dry brushing is a crutch for noobs? Some people told me that.
No, dry brushing is awesome. If you can get good effects with dry brush everything. There's no cheating in painting. It's all about the end results. And sometimes it's not even about the end result, it's just about the speed. Dry brushing is very good. I mean, Artist Opus is like a hoity-toity painting system, and it's just dry brushing.
So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually not for noobs.
Yeah.
It's for pros.
Dry brushing is kind of hard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like everything takes practice and learning.
I have a few models that prove that to be true. Yeah. S. Brian Lloyd. Turns out the Necron base was the friends we made along the way.
Exactly.
Jason M. Squats versus Tau or Necrons wouldn't have happened.
That's not necessarily true, because it could totally be that during Rogue Trader, a Necron Tomb World woke up and met the Squats in battle. The Tau, it's still not impossible. Warp shenanigans could have put modern day Tau in the path of the old school stuff.
I think they didn't meet up. But I just like, you know, say whatever I want. Ah. Oh my God! Warpstone is green. Did I get it right?
Then I would say probably base coat with white.
The light yellow green, according to somebody.
Oh yeah, then definitely white.
That is hilarious. That's so funny that I nailed it. I'm a genius. I knew by just the name. Jeez. Everyone clapped for me. Perfect.
Doomslayer. Hey Jay, noticed the nautical theme of your Death Guard army around the time you mentioned it in a video. What do you think about Warp Deep Rot Barnacles as a name? Got that 3-part thing going you like. The Warp Deep Rot Barnacle. It's pretty good. It's very Games Workshop.
You could add some more names in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then add lords at the end.
Yeah. Mutant Mike, check out Ninjon and Vince CV's new video about dry brushing. Awesome video. I need to watch this video. I also need to pick up some Ninjon brand artist Opus brushes. Because if there's anything that's true, it's that the gear you buy makes the painter, not experience or practice. It's the gear.
But if you like Ninjon and you want to support his channel, those are great brushes to get.
Yes, they are.
David Vaughn, which faction is superior in long-distance shooting, Tau or Adeptus Mechanicus? I've heard they're both great at long-distance firing.
It's the Tau. It's their only thing. And they even have marker lights. And, what's the name of their... They have missiles that can shoot even without being able to draw a line of sight. So definitely the Tau.
Sounds like it's the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Troy, the Necrons were gray-white highlights with dry brushing of white scars. It was a gray base coat, right? No, I primed them black, and then I zenithal them white with some white primer, and then I put on a black oil wash, and then worked really hard to fix the black oil wash that I did with white oils. Moneteer. The best part is Ninjon getting a custom artist Opus brush set, and the first thing Vince says in his video is, buy some cheap makeup brushes. Don't buy specialty hobby brushes. Nice.
Adorable.
I will say that Army Painter makes a really nice set of dry brushes that are very cheap and very nice. But yeah, totally a makeup brush will just, it's super, super cheap and super perfect. This is a makeup brush that I bought years ago and have been abusing it steadily, and it still looks exactly like the day I bought it.
You give it a good spanking every now and then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you do have to, I think you do have to baby your dry brushes just a little bit. You do have to clean them.
What?
Aestheticus Deluxe. Yo, it's like 50% gear. Mm-hmm. I would say it's probably 20% gear. I don't know. I mean, it depends on how you do the how you start. Like, is 0 just the wrong gear? Like you're using like a paint roller for your wall to paint miniatures? Because yeah, that will definitely hold back your painting journey. But if 0 is just a Walmart brush, you can for sure do tons of stuff with a Walmart brush.
You can paint your car with a Walmart brush.
You could.
Jake Clark, orcs have insane range as well. Some have a 3-foot range on the tabletop. I mean, too bad you got that 5 up, though.
I mean, 36 is actually... It's like the short of the long range. Yeah, 48 to infinite is really what you want.
Yeah.
I remember back in 6th and 7th edition, I think Space Marine Whirlwinds had infinite range, and there was a famous story on 1D4chan of somebody calling up their local Games Workshop and saying that I'm firing my Whirlwind, so can you please land it on the nearest gaming table? And so, in the middle of someone's random game, a Whirlwind missile landed.
That's pretty good.
Odie man, I hear you on fixing that black oil wash. Worst mistake of my life. I did it on a Vostroyan medic. Those things ain't cheap. I believe it. Yeah, the old guard regiments. They charge a pretty penny on the secondhand market.
Yeah. Remember Zumakito's video doing some oil washes, and he left them too long?
Yeah, I left them on overnight before wiping them clean. Yeah, it's not the move.
No.
Yeah, you want to wipe them off immediately, and then you can later on do fine-tune adjustments. But yeah, definitely clean off the majority of the oils immediately.
Aesthetics Deluxe, y'all need to thin the oils more if it's causing so much cleanup.
Maybe. I don't know. Everybody's an expert on oils.
Yes, exactly. AOTL thing. Speaking of oil wash, what brand do you recommend, Jay? Also, thank you so much for dry brushing tips, chat and Jay.
I don't really know. I've had good results and bad results with everything. I own... Let's go through the old oils drawer. These are my blacks. I have Ivory Black and Mars Black, Windsor and Newton and Gamblin, and I have not had good luck with either of these. They're both bad. But it totally could be down to user error, and I need to try more things. I also have some Windsor and Newton oil color. I don't remember if this is the best version or the lesser version, but it seems to work really, really well. I also have this cheap My Artscape set of oils, and I've actually had good luck with these. They're all pretty universally grainy, but it's so consistent that I actually find these pretty usable. And I have these, which are Abteilung. These are meant for scale models, but there's nothing special about their formula. I'm pretty sure it's just the colors. It's just some nice browns and a red and a green, which seems pretty nice. And these worked out really, really nice. I used these on the Kroot. So I don't really know. I think... I don't know. Watch Not Just Mecha. And whatever he says, get that.
It's Marco Frisoli.
Marco Frisoli. Monitor. I'm not Jay, but I really like Gamblin Artists Oils. And it could just be a black thing. I've only really struggled with black oil paint.
The real Black Tux. Why doesn't Nick have a face cam? Because I'm completely and utterly nude right now.
Mm-hmm.
And YouTube censored us.
Doomslayer watched Eli Roth's History of Horror earlier, and they got to Jaws and how effing awesome that movie is. And it is one of the first movies my mom allowed me to rent. What scary movie did you boys get to see first? I saw the original Alien when I was like 5, and I loved it.
I don't know what movie I watched first. I don't know what movie I watched yesterday. I didn't watch any movies yesterday. S. Brian Lloyd, if Ivory Black and Mars Black have been bad, try Bone Black.
AOTL, TNG, the one with the yellow labeling is the budget one. Oh, okay. I mean, they're all expensive.
Throw it
Oil
out.
paint is pretty pricey.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe you're just poor. Ever think about that?
I mean, that's true.
Doomslayer, I've been using Abaddon Black. Gotta say, I understand the hate. I started with Army Painter Matte Black, and it covers 10 times better.
Yeah, the Army Painter Black is pretty good. I like it way more than the Vallejo Black. And oh yes, crazy amounts more than the Games Workshop Black. Every paint brand has winners and losers.
Speaking winners and losers, S. Brian Lloyd, the Mars/Ivory/Bone Black thing is what the pigment is. So maybe the pigment in those isn't working for you.
I find it's the pigment's really, really big, and I can physically see the grains. It looks a little bit like coffee grounds.
Yeah.
And so my
That's
blends
me
aren't
saying
very
yeah,
buttery.
But also burping. Yeah. I've not had good luck with black, so I just don't. Just avoid it. Jazzy Dominion, can Jay see the dislike ratio? I don't think
No.
so. But I can. It's 35 dislikes, which is very low, by the way. Jeez, what are you guys doing to us?
Ryan Pitt, the best oil for painting is car oil, especially when set on fire. I agree. Yeah, I've had really good success with that.
If we don't get 60 dislikes by 10 o'clock, we're never streaming again. You heard it here, folks. We're at 40 right now.
TC Gentry, where is that head from? I think it is one of the pilots from the Necron. Not Annihilation Barge. No, it is Annihilation Barge. That's what it's called. It's one of the heads from the pilots of the Necron Annihilation Barge.
Chief Force Member 45. You guys stream? We just started.
We did. You see our professional overlay? We're pro streamers.
Right. Well, there'd be like animations of anime girls dancing and stuff. So
yeah, those are coming in the mail.
Yeah. You got a DVD of them coming. We're at 46. This is not looking promising.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we're gonna get to 60. 60 dislikes,
Does,
and we'll shut them down.
does Google know how much they've harmed small YouTube channels by removing the dislikes?
Yeah. Although, I mean, I still see them. It's pretty wild.
Mm-hmm.
I know the EOB channel doesn't see them anymore.
How would it work that way?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Dr. Spiffy Goodspeed, I recently watched your Land Raider video. It was amazing, but what did you use for a sponge?
I used little pieces of packaging foam. It's called charcoal foam, and it comes in a lot of cheap stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing that like sound panels are made out of. If you bought any like electronics, medium quality electronics often are sold in laser cut charcoal foam. Very similar to upholstery foam. Foam brushes are made out of it. So like those little chip brushes that you can get for a nickel, those are made out of it.
I think it's a dime now.
Oh my goodness. When will it end?
I know.
AOTLTNG, oh, I thought you hated the crap out of Army Painter paints. I don't really like their main colors. Some of them are good, but like they're green, terrible. They're red, terrible. They're blue, terrible. Some people are able to get good results with it, but I don't like to use paints that kind of fight me. So I have some Games Workshop paints, I have some Vallejo paints, I have some P3 paints, I have some Reaper paints. I just use whatever I like. And I really do like Army Painter's metallics and their washes. Anthony Brown, do you guys think that there will be a new Eldar release next year? I think so. In fact, I have the inside information, and I can guarantee that there will be 50 new Eldar kits next year.
You know, I also have a very controversial kind of a secret to divulge. I think Games Workshop, and by I think I mean I know, that Games Workshop is going to release models next year.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We signed the thing. We're not supposed to say that.
I know. And I know we're big old idiots for signing a thing that definitely exists and definitely was given to us.
Siege TF, gotta ask, why paint the Plasmancer when the Chronomancer and Technomancer are better? Because who cares what's good? And also, they're all Cryptex, and who cares which one you use in the game?
I care. Although
It's
I do
the
believe
same thing.
I think the Technomancer is really cool, though.
Yeah, the Technomancer's cool. And the Psychomancer. And the Chronomancer. Troy, that metal robe belt part looks fantastic at the moment. Yeah, that's how I do the black decorations.
Although at the moment.
Yeah, at the moment. It's gonna look like crap when it's done.
Yeah. Exactly. Jason M., I wonder if the Eldar Dragon Knights could come back.
The Eldar Exodites. The Eldar who kind of gave up on technology and went back to primitive, super mega advanced technology.
Losers.
And they ride dinosaurs. The Exodites make an appearance in the 40k novel, The Infinite and the Divine. Because that book is over the course of thousands of years. It's pretty epic.
Speaking of being pretty epic, it is almost 10 o'clock and we're only at 50 dislikes.
What the heck?
I know. So it kind of seems like we might never live stream ever again.
Yep. And just when we got a new stream overlay. For shame. For shame!
Yep. Jeez Louise.
Peas and bees.
Louise is small. She does the Warhammer paint-em-ups or whatever the hell.
Masterclass. Citadel Masterclass for Warhammer TV.
I said the right thing.
Yes, of course.
Warhammer paint-em-ups.
Is everybody really excited to pirate the new animations coming to Warhammer TV?
Mm-hmm.
They published some of the assets, and it looks really cool.
It does. All right, we're at 52. We need 8 more.
Doomslayer, I'm liking kit bashing in plastic, but I am terrified of green stuffing and sculpting. Most videos also jump cut from blobby messes to well-sculpted details. No, any good videos to actually teach me? Not really. I haven't watched that many green stuff tutorials. Green stuff sculpting is really hard, especially sculpting in tiny scale. But I think it's just trying and experience. A nice set of silicone brushes and maybe a set of dental tools. And
what if you don't want to try? How do you do it if you don't want to try at all?
If you don't want to try, I don't know. I guess you get a 3D printer and then you try really hard at getting good prints.
No. But I don't want to try at all.
Buy things.
But I have to try to make money though.
Steal.
Okay, but you have to try.
You do. Yeah, stealing is hard.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I like that. No. Oh, thank you.
Jason M. Haven't found any pirate links. Would like to finish Angels of Death. Well, the last episode is not out yet. It'll come out next week, I'm sure. Yeah, Angels of Death is really good. Super dig that series.
I would never, ever pirate from a small company like Games Workshop.
Exactly.
Jeez.
Yeah, how dare you?
Yeah.
Josh Welch, man, speaking of stealing, just got back from my friend in my local game store Black Friday sale. Dominion for $100, baby.
Damn,
that's a good deal.
The best deal I saw was I saw it for $118. Somebody posted on Discord with that,
and that's pretty good too.
Yeah, but I mean, damn.
Yeah, that's holy cow. At that point, I think how much are the miniatures? Like $1 a piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Wait, actually, it comes with I think 60, or I think it comes with 70 miniatures. So yeah, just a little bit. That. Yeah, just about a little over $1 a piece, which is insane. I mean, that's good for Reaper Bones.
Right. Reaper Bones.
Reaper Bones is an offshoot of Reaper that makes very cheap PVC figures.
We should have waited 6 months to do our Dominion challenge. I'm sure
We
that would
should have. Holy moly. Yeah, we paid retail. Actually, we got a deal from a friendly local game store, but it was a lot.
I mean, it was exactly $200.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like $1 less or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Because of taxes. I think toys shouldn't be taxed.
Exactly.
They're necessary. They're necessities.
Siege TF, I save my wooden stir sticks and carve them into shapes that I need for sculpting. The wood can retain moisture longer than metal, so the green stuff doesn't stick that much. That's a smart idea. Ooh, Josh Welch, literally less. I wanted the rule book. With the rule book, basically got 2 armies for $10.
Wow. Well, there
That's
you go.
true. The full Age of Sigmar rulebook is in there.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Ooh. Yeah. Nobody bought it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know they would never do that with Indomitus. Or
No.
anything like that.
Literally,
never do that.
Indomitus, it set the internet on fire because everybody wanted to pay $200 for miniatures so bad.
Right.
How dare you try to keep this product from me?
I mean, and they did, build to order or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The whole thing. Yeah, you shake that paint. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not gonna be able to open this, am I? It's a Vallejo liquid gold.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is not gonna happen.
Oh gosh, Vallejo, why did you use these bottles? It's a child-safe pill bottle, essentially. And every time I use these paints, and I'm careful, they weld themselves shut. Or I have to use tools to open them every time. Daniel Dwyer, build to order was probably one of their smartest ideas. Definitely on Indomitus, for sure.
Yeah.
Although I bet their margins are probably slightly worse on Indomitus than like a box of Terminators. Because what, Terminators is a 2-sprue kit for $50, whereas Indomitus is like a 12-sprue kit for $200.
Oh yeah, it's definitely worse.
But I mean, I'm sure they still make plenty of profit.
No, I think they're hurting. I don't know if you heard this. I heard that Games Workshop's shutting down soon.
Mm-hmm.
I heard it's basically going to be done.
Yeah, pretty much. They're going out of business tomorrow.
Yeah.
But not because of Indomitus, because of 3D printing!
Woo! You know, I'm actually setting some stuff up for 3D printing right now.
Ooh.
And you know what it is, but no one else does, and no one will know until a couple weeks.
No, they will not.
Or maybe the patrons will know beforehand.
ATR 42, my deal was getting the Legion starter box for 40 euros or pounds, 40 pounds. That's pretty good. Whoa. All right, I gotta go open this.
Oh boy. Doomslayer, speaking of made to order, JR, you already have all 4 chaplains that they are doing right now? He does. So he won't be doing it. Mr. Self-Destruction, are you going to 3D print a 3D printer? Uh-oh. I think you got it right. Pretty much nailed it. I'm a little upset that we're not watching him struggle. That's what I was hoping for. I know we had one video. I think it was the Necron Forge World, whatever the hell's, that Jay was trying to open up the liquid copper, and we left in him just struggling trying to open it. Doomslayer, I heard Games Workshop was shutting down, but because of a sewage issue. Nurgle visits Nottingham.
Yeah! Mm-hmm. They got poo-poo on the store.
They got poo-poo on the store. And also, speaking of poo-poo, this is 7 minutes behind, because I wasn't paying attention. Mm-hmm. But we did not make our 60 dislikes.
Oh no!
So we'll never stream again. So
shutting her down.
There you go, guys. You've spoken. And good night. Ominous Mecha. Jay, what are you doing?
These are what I needed to open that bottle with. I'm keeping them nearby.
That's pretty good.
Man, you guys aren't real chatty tonight. Maybe we're gonna have to bring up how great the new Star Wars movies were.
What?
They're incredible pieces of cinema!
I disagree. But 9 is my favorite.
Yeah, 9 is a perfect movie.
9 and then 8.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I really don't like? I hate the first 3.
Yeah, I mean, they're so lame.
Jeez, can you even imagine watching those movies? You'd be like, yuck. Those movies suck.
Mm-hmm. Totally agree, and so does everyone else.
George Lucas, more like George Suckets.
Got him.
Man, I bet he's crying right now.
Mm-hmm. CHDF, he's trying to open a childproof bottle. It is. Oh my god! If the Games Workshop Squig was this childproof, they wouldn't have had to recall it.
Oh, just everything screwed on.
Mm-hmm. Jason M. Jar Jar Binks is the best. Fight me. Jar Jar Binks is the best.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what brush will I sacrifice to oils? I need to get some more poor quality brushes to ruin. A lot of my poor quality brushes look like they look like this, and this just is just a little bit too poor quality.
But this is gonna be fun. I'm doing. Let's see if this. Let's see how long the slicer takes. Or if I cut out accidentally. This would be pretty wild.
Oh, Ominous Mecha, I might rewatch The Lord of the Rings tomorrow. Neat. I should give those movies a rewatch one year.
Yeah.
One of these years.
Yeah. I'm actually planning on watching it tomorrow. That's pretty weird.
That is pretty wild. I mean, they're your favorite movies, so it's not that crazy.
Yeah.
You watch them most days.
Yeah.
The extended edition, the 13-hour extended cuts.
Honestly, it's a little short.
Yeah.
They could be longer.
Yeah, they really cut it to the bone.
Jason M. You guys should sell a brush kit. Eons of brushes made out of Jay's hair.
Yeah. I got more than enough.
Pears and syrup. Nick, quick, check the dislikes. 62. But you're way too late because we're already not doing the stream anymore. That's all of your faults. Because you know, You destroyed their hopes and dreams.
The Labim. It is 5 a.m. here where I live, and some idiot is blasting loud music outside. Any tips for getting back to sleep? Yes, you watch all of this live stream, so 2 more hours, and that'll put you right to sleep.
Meditation.
Keto. You gotta be in keto to fall asleep.
Yeah. That's what I always say. ADTR 42, extended or bust. That's what I mean, that's my motto.
Mm-hmm.
If I could have a flag, that's what it would say on it. Daniel Bear puts an Outer Circle video on, sends me right to sleep.
Siege TF, Ray, this dagger has done terrible things. The Youngling Slayer 9000, am I a joke to you? Yeah, I think my least favorite thing in 9 is that Ray had secret, special, loving parents that got killed or something. It's the exact plot of The Amazing Spider-Man, where Peter Parker has super important, super special parents. Because that's what matters, not him being Spider-Man and stuff. It's how cool his parents were. Anybody see that movie? It's pretty crazy. The Amazing Spider-Man 2. His dad left him bus tokens, like gold bus tokens, inside of his calculator that he has to take to the subway and install, and then puts into an abandoned subway terminal, and then the ground opens up and a new car comes up and drives him to a secret underground bat cave. This happens in the movie. And it still doesn't matter. He still just has to save the day by being Spider-Man.
I almost didn't know what movie you were talking about anymore.
Mutant Mike, absolutely agree with the choice of Hayden for Anakin. Such a solid performance. I don't think any of the actors were to blame for the prequels. I think all the actors were doing their darndest. Anakin, you are breaking my heart. You are going down a path I cannot follow. Because of Obi-Wan. Because of what you've done. Because of what you plan to do. Yeah, it's a good movie.
It's a great movie.
MDG Gibsonism. Do either of you have any good sources for decals for vehicles? 40k vehicles, I mean. They don't need to be official, just stuff that's fun. I don't know about decals, but if you want stencils, hyperspace hobbies.
Home and Hyperspace.
Home and Hyperspace, the Etsy store, makes really, really good decals. They have some 40k stuff, some Star Wars stuff, and just some generic stuff. And so they might be able to help you out. Sir Monstein, what is important is that Uncle Ben dies. Oh God, I need to know. Hey, wait. First, I need to finish with this metallic before it dries up on my palette, because this stuff has a short shelf life. But then I want to read the, because we all know the famous Uncle Ben. With great power comes great responsibility. But they changed it for Amazing Spider-Man. And I'm gonna go look it up on IMDb in just a second, or if somebody else wants to look it up, that'd be awesome. But it's like this weird, convoluted, if you possess the ability to do something and you choose not to do it, you have a moral imperative to do the thing. And it's like, was that really the thing you couldn't redo? That's what you needed to change? That's what needed a refresh with Spider-Man. Is the Uncle Ben saying.
Colonel Dracus, help! I've been playing 40k for 20 years and still suck. What should I do?
Sounds like you just need to get 20 more years in.
No. Sounds like you need to play with different people.
Yes. Yes, no, that.
That'll fix it. Yeah. That usually clears things up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, play against kids. That's what I would do.
That's a good idea.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we play with someone that is very good, and it's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's undefeated in our...
I think so. Until tomorrow.
Until tomorrow, yeah, that's true.
S. Brian Lloyd, Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man movie. Yes! Oh, Into the Spider-Verse is so good. And I thought that we had finally got the pinnacle of Spider-Man movies with Spider-Man Homecoming. That movie is just so good. And then I saw Into the Spider-Verse and I'm like, this movie is so much better. And I love Spider-Man Homecoming.
Ooh, Daniel Thompson, play against illiterate kids, then you can lie about the rules.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we all know the classic Uncle Ben quote. With great power comes great responsibility. And then this is what Uncle Ben says in Amazing Spider-Man. Your father lived by a philosophy, a principle really. He believed that if you could do good things for other people, you had a moral obligation to do those good things. That's what's at stake here. Not a choice, responsibility. It doesn't even make sense. That movie. It wasn't like the worst movie ever made, but boy, was it just like obnoxious. It was just like obnoxiously a Spider-Man movie that wasn't allowed to do any Spider-Man thing properly. Jason M. The sequels made the prequels good. No, that's not how movies work. Even if the new movies are bad, that doesn't make other bad movies good. Champ Styles, with great power comes great pizza. Oh, I wish I had pizza. I'm hungry. Would you guys mind just slurping, crunching, chewy noises for the rest of the stream?
I think that's a good idea. We should give out your address, and somebody should order you pizza.
Absolutely. That sounds like a great idea.
Mm-hmm. Who wants to know where Jay lives?
D-Fang, I always stand by the opinion that Episode 2 is the most boring movie ever made. Boy, Episode 2 is rough. It is a painfully long movie. Daniel Dwyer, what do you guys think of the trailer for No Way Home? I haven't seen it yet. I haven't even gotten a chance to watch the second Spider-Man Far From Home. I need to watch Spider-Man Far From Home. I'm sure I'll love it because I just love Spider-Man, and I loved the first one. But yeah, I'm super, super excited. Sir Moinstein, Rogue One is the best prequel of all time. Man, Rogue One is really good. I super duper love Rogue One. Cole.Dracus, the prequels just had the wrong focus. They should have been focused on Obi-Wan and his growth from Padawan to being a Jedi on the Council. Yeah, that would have... Anything besides what they did totally would have helped. I think, really, they probably... The first movie probably should have been Episode 3, and Episode 3 should have been stretched out into 3 movies. Because the first movie does not matter. You don't have to watch Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
But
nothing in that movie matters. Except for the pod racing. Watch the pod racing on YouTube, and that's it. And then the only thing that matters with Episode 2 is there are clones, period. And then Episode 3 is the entire trilogy. Odie Man, the last Spider-Man I watched was Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire, so yeah, not well versed with superhero movies these days. Spider-Man 3 is an interesting movie. It suffers a lot of... It's not great, but it has some really, really interesting things in it. Apparently for that movie, the studio really started to meddle with the movie. And they were like, "Ooh, you need to use this bad guy." And the director's like, "I don't want to." And then they're like, "Too bad." And so the director was like, "Okay, fine, but I'll just do a bad job." Because the Sandman stuff in that movie is excellent, and the Venom stuff is just an afterthought. Emo Peter Parker will always be my favorite Peter Parker.
There's always there's all these stories of the studio interfering and doing a bad job. Has the studio interfered and did a good job, like they were right?
Yes, I can think of a couple of examples. In The Exorcist 3, which is a movie I really, really like. We've actually watched Exorcist 3. The studio stepped in and said, you have to make the ending more exciting and interesting. And they totally did. The ending of the ending is like the best part of the whole movie.
Yeah, it is.
Before, he just walks in and shoots him. And this dude is like, no, come on, guys. You gotta put something in the movie. And apparently the studio fixed the Josh Trank Fantastic Four movie, which apparently is still not very good, but at least is a movie, where apparently the original director version was just not even anything. It's not, definitely the list of bad decisions done by the studio is much higher.
Interesting.
Tahu, the prequels provided top quality memes. It did. Literally, the memes are better than the movies. ADTR42, the pod racing is cool, but it is pointless to the story. Yes, it is completely pointless to the story. It does not matter and makes no sense. Surely,
but I like it.
Surely they could have walked up, how about this? They go into a dingy cantina and they find somebody who has a spaceship who will agree to fly a princess to the center of the galaxy for a fabulous reward.
Boring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want him pod racing.
I'm gonna smack out. Nick, you should totally leak Jay's credit card number.
I already did. It's on Discord right now.
Perfect. Daniel Bear, Jay, it sounds like you watch Mr. Sunday's Caravan of Garbage videos. Oh, those videos are awesome. Those guys have a really fun way of talking. They're Canadian, or not Canadian, they're Australian, so they have a lot of really fun lingo. And they talk about movies. They talk mostly about superhero movies.
Mutant Mike, the pod racing is not pointless. It shows Anakin's ability to see things before it happens.
It does, but does that ever come up? Ever again? I mean, I guess the only time it ever comes up is when he's manipulated by Palpatine into thinking that his wife will die. Also, did Palpatine give him that nightmare? Using evil Sith powers? Like, why did he think presumably in the far, far future of the distant past, you know, most babies don't die, or most people don't die in childbirth. You know, they invented the spaceship, but they haven't invented, you know, good healthcare.
No, they're all on Medicaid.
Also, just him being a Jedi means he can see the future. So we don't need to see a pod race. The reason the pod race is in the movie because it's cool.
Yes.
And Star Wars likes to borrow, and toys. And Star Wars is, I think Star Wars actually is really benefited from kind of borrowing and stealing. I mean, the original
like
Star Wars
Games Workshop.
Exactly like Games Workshop. I mean, you know, Han Solo. There's a train heist. You know, Rogue One is Saving Private Ryan, but in Star Wars. Dale Dwyer. The prequels gave us the sweet Genndy Tartakovsky shorts, and then the Clone Wars TV series. Yes! The Clone Wars TV series is peak Star Wars. I absolutely love the Clone Wars. ATR42, all the sequels, or the prequels needed was someone to tell George Lucas no. For all of his bad ideas, wasn't enough for that going around. Yeah, I mean, he only has story credit on the original Star Warses. Benjamin Reynolds. The first episode should have been done in Wookiee and then subtitled in English. I agree. Sir Moenstein, when Darth Vader was doing the trench run in A New Hope, he was thinking, now this is pod racing. I agree. Champ Styles, Robot Chicken explains it through Dr. Ball MD. I don't remember Dr. Ball. Oh no, Dr. Ball MD, of course. Good old Dr. Ball MD. Cole Drekus. Everyone loves Metachlorians. Oh, I love it. Metachlorians were brought up in Star Wars Episode 1 and then never again ever.
Tau. The reason pod racing was in the movie was because it made a great minigame in Lego Star Wars.
Yeah, it did.
Exactly.
George Gajardo. Oh my gosh, I take a break for a few days and everything looks different. Change is bad.
Well, if you were here, maybe it wouldn't have changed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, think about that. Also, dislike the stream, everyone.
Not so average, Joe. Make the Force genetic again. Oh, God. Only men can be Space Marines because of science.
Exactly.
Champ Styles. Anakin is the only chosen one because he had more Who's in his Who'sville. Sir Moinstein, they were brought up again, the Metachlorians, in the Weird Al song. That's true. Ominous Mecha, really digging these Inceptors. Ooh, if you're excited about those Inceptors, you're really gonna love a video. Yeah, Contemptors, and an upcoming video. Steve, why does it not show the number of dislikes? Because Google is bad.
Rest in peace, Steve's dislikes.
Mm-hmm.
They're at 5 million though, just so you know. A lot of people dislike this stream. John B. Solo is underappreciated.
It is. I love Solo. Solo is so much fun. I think it came out. Remember how weird Solo was, where it didn't get a trailer until like a couple weeks before the movie came out, and then it was right after Avengers Endgame.
I mean, it sounded like nobody was proud of it.
Yeah.
And it just came out. Remember they did like a weird thing where they filmed the whole thing and then it sucked and they redid it?
Yeah.
Almost completely? Yeah, I don't get it.
But then it was fine. Like, it was a good movie.
Although those could have been lies.
That's true.
Who knows? Daniel Thompson, YouTube is the James Workshop of video platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Jordan Gajardo, Solo was so fun. S. Brian Lloyd, they dumped the director and reshot Solo. Yeah. I don't know, I mean, maybe that was necessary.
Could be.
Maybe there's a couple of weird jokes in the movie because they got the directors from 21 Jump Street, and I could believe their version didn't feel Star Warsy. But I think it's just a good Star Wars movie. It's got the pew-pews and the laser swords. Actually, laser daggers. It also restarted the famous Star Wars tradition of every Star Wars movie needs to remake a brand new lightsaber. In Solo, we got lightsaber daggers, which was pretty dope. You got double-bladed lightsabers, a four-armed guy with lightsabers, spinning lightsabers, or spinning double-bladed lightsabers from Star Wars Rebels that no one talks about for good reason, because it's lame. Little Yoda's lightsaber, purple lightsabers.
Sir Moinstein, I want lightsaber guns.
Yeah, no, there is a lightsaber gun. Ezra Bridger's lightsaber can shoot. He can turn off the lightsaber and he can shoot lasers. Daniel Dwyer, Donald Glover was such a good Lando. He was a good Lando. Cole Dracus, Solo had too much happen in one movie. I don't think it has too much happen. It has a train heist, and then they have to fix the problem that started with the train heist. And actually,
Boring.
Solo is the only movie since A New Hope where there's only one thing happening. Every single Star Wars movie has multiple things happening concurrently. The Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, is the worst at this, because at the end of the movie, you have the lightsaber fight in the underground super plasma generator room, you have the princess trying to, or the queen of Naboo trying to fight back for the throne. You have the guns fighting the droids on the plains of Naboo, and then you have the space battle that doesn't matter happening in space. In Solo, you're just following Solo in the adventures of Solo.
We may have gone too far in a few places.
It's stylistically designed to be that way, but we can diminish the effects of it. Man, the prequels might be worth it just for the making of the prequels documentary.
It's really good. Damn, is that a really good documentary?
It is.
And then hard cut that to the Disney one where everything's perfect and wonderful.
Yeah, the Disney one sucks. They literally they wheel R2 in behind every single talking head. I mean, in the making of the prequels, you see people being upset and like annoyed and tired.
Yeah.
That is really what happened. People being angry at George. Literally, there's a part where just George is really upset that Titanic did so well. Because, like, we're not going to do as well as Titanic. What the fuck? Jay, what happened? All of these colors. You've become a Twitch streamer. Yeah!
Alcoholic George loved money.
That's true. I mean, part of the reason we got the prequels was because toy companies across the world were begging for more Star Wars movies.
John B. So, hot take, I secretly enjoy episode 1 in the same way I enjoy other bad movies.
Oh yeah, I love episode 1. I like all Star Wars movies. But I have no problem making fun of them. Champ Styles, have you ever seen Maris Brood's Tomfa lightsabers from Force Unleashed? I want someone to sculpt a her as of a Legion proxy so badly. Yeah, the Force Unleashed kind of came and went. I remember I played Force Unleashed on the Wii. I rented it from my library. George Gajardo tips, is this where I donate some Twitch subs? Absolutely.
Yes. Better believe it. Jason M. EOB is just testing out their OnlyFans theme, and I'm not talking about the Patreon tier. Yeah.
ADTR42, the story behind the purple saber is dumb. Jackson just wanted to see himself in the wide shots. Yeah, it was a Jackson request. He actually does have kind of a purple thing going on in most of his movies. He'll have a purple piece to his costume. Did he have a purple thing in Django Unchained? Now I gotta remind myself. Or not Django Unchained. He didn't in Django Unchained, but I think he might have in Hateful Eight. I think he just likes purple because it's kind of like a royal color, and he loves himself. He does not have purple. He does have bright red though.
Most actors do.
Most actors do, for sure. And you know what? If you're like one of the biggest actors of all time, like he is, you get to be.
Mm-hmm. There's sometimes there's actors though that are not like him and then demand stuff and then they don't get it. Nobody cares
exactly.
About them. It's pretty funny. Jason M. You be hot tub stream, but you still gotta paint. To be honest, I might not watch that. You're watching it.
Mm-hmm.
You might watch it through your through your hands, covering your face, but you're gonna watch it.
George Gajardo, Lando's closet of capes set the tone for the entire movie for me. I love the Lando's capes, and I love that they do make themselves costumes out of Lando's wardrobe, and Kira wears Lando's cape that he wears in Empire Strikes Back.
Daniel Bear, OnlyFans, but it's just Nick and Jay drinking beers. Only cans.
Cole Dracus, he meets Chewbacca, Lando gets the Falcon, makes the Kessel Run, shows his origin of the dice. Well, I mean, he just owned dice. I don't think it adds too much to the movie for him to own dice. Yeah, you find out where he gets his gun, and you see Darth Maul. I feel like you could make a list just like that for every Star Wars movie. Little Luke Skywalker learns about the Jedi, meets the princess, meets another Jedi Knight, goes into space for the very first time, goes on the Death Star and has a little fun adventure, gets into an X-Wing for the first time in his life, participates in a space battle, makes the Death Star trench run, and then gets a fancy medal. What is your favorite Star Wars alien? I don't know. Maybe Itheran or Rodion. I really like those aliens. That's the Hammerhead Rodion. And Greedo. For you non-Star Wars nerds.
No, they're Greedos.
The Greedos!
Thank you very much.
Cole Dreckus, that all seemed like it happened too fast. I sort of agree, like, some stuff felt lame, like, him getting his last name, because, I mean, I don't know, I liked it, but maybe if they had just played it off a little differently in the movie. Like, him getting named Solo because he doesn't have, like, a family. Like, there's a way to have done that really, really well, but the banter between him and the Imperial, I feel like it felt forced. There's another moment that was almost good in Star Wars that ended up feeling forced and cringy, but could have been cool, and it's the I hate sand line. Because it's kind of a nice, genuine moment where Anakin and Padme both have very different feelings towards sand. Anakin, it probably brings him back to being a slave on the crap planet of Tatooine, whereas for Queen Amidala, it's like beautiful beaches on a picturesque, perfect world, and it could have been a kind of a nice thing, like... It's looking at them in different ways, and boy, did George just wreck it with his dialogue.
Yeah, it makes it just sound like he really hates sand.
It's coarse, and it's rough, and it's irritating, and boy, does it get everywhere. World War Art. I remember last year during lockdown, you guys had like 11 viewers. Now you got 72. Wow, a lot more people have found you. Yeah, it's because of the new stream overlay.
Exactly. I mean, we've had over 100 at one point.
Yeah.
That's our record. It's like 104 or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, you people are typing now that I bring up Star Wars. Not so average show. The only good thing about episode 1 was Darth Maul. Darth Maul is dope.
I like them all.
Champ Styles, do you think Star Wars Legion will ever let us do custom HQs? I mean, commanders or operatives? Yeah, probably not. It'd be hard to do. And I feel like part of the fun of Star Wars is playing with the heroes that you like from the movies. Like, they could maybe do like a generic Jedi that you can build, I guess.
They could do like a Hero Forge kind of a situation with build your own Jedi.
Yeah. I mean, there is a huge 3D printing community for Star Wars Legion, so you could always just print whatever you want and just run it as a different hero. Like, I know tons of people use Luke Skywalker's stats, but they actually play a miniature of Ahsoka, because everybody loves Ahsoka. And before Darth Maul existed, I think a lot of people used Darth Vader's stats for Darth Maul.
Sir Moinstein, the older I get, the more I agree with Annie about sand.
Daniel Thompson, there's a reason we don't see Jay from the waist down on these streams. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that cam's on our OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
The under the desk cam.
Mutant Mike, don't remember which character. I think it was Han. Someone wears Lando's bounty hunter helmets. Yes, I think it was Han. Or not, no, Han was given, it was shown off as a slave, right? No, was Chewbacca the only slave? I think Han and Chewie were pretending to be slaves for the Kessel spice miners.
You know what? I'm just gonna say it. I've been biting my tongue for so long. I think Star Wars isn't real.
Oh my God, that's wrong. Star Wars is real. It's a documentary about stars.
You know, I just don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to break it to everyone.
Lucky Bat. The best alien species is the Morley species and the frog species. Get old and Morley. Chat, show your true Star Wars knowledge by remembering which character is Morley from Star Wars.
They're all typing right now.
I think you literally can't get it unless you look it up, because I don't know if the name... I think maybe the name is spoken in the thing. Jason M., I forgot the name, but my favorite Star Wars alien is the thing in Jabba's pit, the Rancor. Luke fights it, and it dies with the door crushing it. Yeah, the Rancor. Sir Moinstein, Star Wars Legion needs more Sam Witwer. Is Sam Witwer one of those names like John Doe? George Gujardo, hot takes like that is why Nick isn't allowed on camera. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And lack of clothes. I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone, to kind of bring the stream down. But, you know, sometimes you just have to tell the truth.
Jason M. What? Star Wars isn't real? No, that's not true. That's impossible. Cole Druckus, isn't that the keyboard player from Jabba's Palace? Oh god, no, the keyboard player in Jabba's Palace is called Max Rebo.
Oh god.
I have so much Star Wars knowledge.
Yeah, it's upsetting.
Champ Styles. Sam Witwer voiced Maul and Starkiller from Force Unleashed. Cool. Sam Witwer also plays Legion. Oh, I bet he does. I think, isn't Sam Witwer, isn't he kind of famous for really loving Star Wars and being Darth Maul?
You think George plays Legion?
No, George, no. George does not like Star Wars.
He plays 40k.
He plays 40k, yeah. Steve, what? Nobody is going to vote for the cow that gives blue milk?
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. They spent millions of dollars building that thing for real and then putting it on the cliffs. And then I think they CGI'd it for the reaction shot of it getting milked.
Oh, God.
Which honestly was everyone's favorite part, right?
God, is that a weird part.
Yeah, boy, and that comes so early on in the movie.
Yeah. It's a rough one.
Lucky Bat. George plays Kingdom Death. George does play Kingdom Death.
Yeah, he's waiting for it to drop. He knows when it's gonna happen.
Did anybody watch Miniac's recent video, which is really, really good, where he goes through his pile of shame and you get to see lots of really cool models? But at the end of the whole thing of the video is he's looking for a model, but he couldn't find it. And so he bought a model that was very similar, and it's an anime biddy. And I was, Miniac, what model were you looking for?
Exactly. It's a good question.
John B., anybody else read Tales from the Cantina books as a kid? I don't remember those books. I do remember there was a running series in the book Star Wars Tales about the Cantina.
Uh-oh, Nick, you just said something controversial. Now Jay has to take away your orc boys for a month. Ooh, only my orc boys? Okay.
Oh yeah, keep it up, and then your cruel boys are coming too.
Oh no, punish me.
Speaking of punishment, I was using Photoshop today to make this stream overlay, and it crashed on me twice. I had it happens to me occasionally where I'll be in the middle of editing a project and it'll just stop. I won't be able to do any more anythings to it. I can't mess with the camera. I can't click on any of my layers. I can't do any editing, and so I just have to save and quit the program and then bring it back up. And that happened twice in an hour. I mean, am I just photoshopping too hard?
I guess so, because, yeah. I usually don't have problems with Photoshop, but everything else that Adobe makes sucks.
Yeah, you'd think being the most expensive would also mean that they're the best, or at least like the most stable, but
no.
You'd also think that they'd make cross-platform a little bit easier, but nope. All of the command keys are different from Photoshop to Illustrator.
Byron Snads, his model of shame and his pile of shame. Exactly.
John B., there was 3 of them. Tales from Mos Eisley Cantina, Tales from Jabba's Palace, and Tales from the Bounty Hunters. I don't remember the titles until I googled it. They were all collections of short stories. Explained a bunch of the background characters from the movies. That is no longer canon thanks to Disney. They weren't canon even back when they were canon. Nothing was canon except the movies. And really, to this day, nothing is canon except the movies. If you told people Chewbacca died, back in the day, people would have been like, no, he doesn't. Shut up. Even though he did in the comics.
And give you a swirly.
Yeah. Yes, the Yuzum-Vong invasion is cool. No, yes, Kyle Katarn sucks.
Siege TF, the Ewok cartoon isn't canon?
No, I think that's still canon.
Yeah.
It better
The
be,
only
otherwise
other
I'm
thing.
rioting.
Jason M. Star Wars canon is just the movies, as that is what Star Wars mostly is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And remember, you can enjoy something that isn't canon. My favorite
No.
one of my favorite Star Wars book series was called Star Wars Tales. It was a Dark Horse comic book that just had stories. Some of them like realistic, and some of them just complete, like farcical takes on Star Wars, and they're lovely. And I didn't enjoy them less because they weren't canon. Even back then, they weren't canon. There's another really, really good Star Wars comic book series, I think called... It's like Star Wars What If, but it has a different name than that. And there's one where what happens if Luke died in A New Hope? What happens if Darth Vader had turned good really, really early? I forget. There was one episode that was great where Yoda decides to actually help defeat the Emperor, and he goes onto the Death Star, and then he pilots the Death Star into a planet.
Perfect.
I purposely tried to make my comment as least sexual as I could, and then Nick says shit like that afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, I just read them sexy. What can I say?
Steve, you need a couple more overlays. We can still see your paints. I don't think anybody is here from back in the Disney, but I had one overlay that was like splattered rainbow paints.
Yep.
And boy, oh boy, did people veto that one.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Jason M., speaking of books, has anyone heard of a 40k game called Warhammer Warriors? Recently bought a book for it off of eBay for cheap. Had an old school Tyranid warrior on the cover. I don't.
Interesting. What was it called again?
Warhammer Warriors? Are you sure that wasn't just the box of warriors, of Tyranid warriors?
That'd be hilarious.
John B., I read the best 40k quote of the other day, something along the lines of, everything is canon, but not everything is true. Probably applies to Star Wars too. Yeah, one of the Black Library authors said that. Champ Styles, aw, I like Kyle Katarn. I don't like Kyle Katarn. He's like he's like Luke Skywalker, but like they could, if they wanted to change Luke Skywalker to be cooler. He's like, I'm a Jedi, but I'll do bad things, and I use a gun, and I have a beard. I mean, he's not as bad as Quinlan Voss. Holy cow. The Quinlan Voss comics were super bad. Aw, Champ Styles. I love Star Wars Tales. My favorite was when Vader sees 3PO. Aw, that's a great one. Where he's holding C-3PO's head, and he's brought back to when he was building C-3PO and his mom. Ah, it's so good. Champ Styles. Star Wars Infinities. Hell yeah. Tekamuto, you don't just have to like canon. You can also enjoy howitzers, trebuchets, catapults, battering rams, giant slingshots. Exactly. Champ Styles, coming for you I am, Lord Sidious. George Gajardo, the Ebon Hawk is better than the Millennium Falcon. Let's fight. Nah, the Falcon's cool. One thing I wish about the trilogy or the sequels, the sequel movies, is that they had come up with more unique ships and vehicles. They kind of just reused all the old stuff, which it was cool to see the old stuff again, but I think I would have actually liked a couple of new cool ships. They had a few. The Resistance bombers were kind of cool, but that's kind of it. I liked the new take on the X-Wings, but I think maybe they should have left that to only Poe Dameron. Like, what if Poe Dameron got a super cool new X-Wing and everybody else had some new spaceship? And maybe they make fun of him for using an X-Wing. Like, the latest great version, like that, like, even though it was kind of like a new cool X-Wing, that was like the last good model of an X-Wing, and then everybody switched to the Teslas. Jason M. No, trust me, I know Nids. I think that it's a card game from the late 90s. Cool.
Show us a pic. Show us a pic.
For anyone joining, we are discussing how much we hate Star Wars. Yeah!
It all sucks. It's horrible.
Force Member 45. The Resistance bombers just made me incredibly sad. I liked them. I liked that whole opening fight scene.
But the bombs wouldn't drop because gravity doesn't exist in space.
Mm-hmm. Also, there wouldn't be explodey noises in space.
Yeah. I said that too.
Also, spaceships wouldn't need wings in space.
Okay. Jason M. Where do I post the picnic? That rhymes. You can do it in the general of our Discord. Ah, I like going on picnics. Get it? Because pick and then Nick, and that's my name. I like Nick that does the battle reports for Warhammer Plus. He has really big shoulders.
Steve, what? You're not a fan of dropping bombs in space? I have the books of the new Star Wars movies, and apparently there is some sort of a pressure forcing the bombs down. But I actually think it's kind of a cool idea to use the internal gravity of the spaceship in order to drop the bombs, and then once they've passed into space, they're just going to continue to drop in whatever direction infinitely, which I actually think is kind of a cool idea of using physics as a weapon. Force Member 45. No, it was mainly more the design is a literal death trap. A little bit, but if you think about it, every proton torpedoes and stuff are just in spaceships, and they could always get hit and explode. So it is a death trap, but I don't think it's any more so a death trap than anything else. There are bombs inside of Y-wings. You just don't really see them, and so you just don't think about how there's tons of super mega explosive bombs inside of Y-wings that could explode if the Y-wing got hit in the wrong spot. Takamuto, all of the lasers that miss in Star Wars are going to fly off into the rest of the universe until they hit something. That's a really good point.
Yeah, I never thought about that until just now.
And they miss constantly. Boy, Star Wars is just a death trap of a universe.
Jason M, I see the image. Also, charge your phone. It's at 15%. But interesting. Very, very interesting.
Kyle Seeley, if you have to come up with some tortured explanation to maintain suspension of disbelief, you failed at suspension of disbelief. I wouldn't call it a tortured explanation. I would say it tickled me. You know, you don't just have to blindly just not think about things in order to have suspension of disbelief. I think my own interpretation of the spaceship is part of my suspension of disbelief.
I don't think it's real.
Troy, the Energizer Bunny photon mines are not a torpedo. I don't think so. Are you talking about like the oh god, what are those bombs called that the slave one had in episode 2? The bombs, the mines, the mega mines.
Mega Mind. Yeah, it's the Mega Mind.
G-Force Member 5, it was more that they designed the ships to be tall instead of more slender, just made it a bigger target. I think, though, that would actually work pretty well for if you were on a planet, which actually would, if they're meant for being used in atmosphere, that would actually make it make a lot more sense to them, and why they would be kind of impractical for space battles. I bet if those bombers were supported by fighter craft, I think it would have been a lot better. But they did, and they did achieve their goal of blowing up the Dreadnought. So mission accomplished in a way. George Gajardo, the TIE bombers drop vertical bombs in the movies all the time. Yes, they do.
I'm so glad that I started an argument about this.
Cole Dracus, it would be a funny side story for a random transport ship getting hit from a random laser shot years after a fight and having to crash land on a planet. That would be pretty fun. Steve, guess with dropping bombs, we could also argue about starships falling out of space after they are destroyed. Yeah, I think you could maybe interpret it as they're being pulled towards the planet.
I was just about to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially. I think, again, it all might not be real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could be because it's cool.
Yep. Which, you know what? It is. I agree. But yeah, Jason M, you'll have to report back on what the hell this is. Warhammer Warriors. Is it similar, do you think, to Warrior Cats?
I'm sure it's exactly like Warrior Cats.
That'd be pretty good. When I actually searched Warhammer Warriors and Warrior Cats popped up, which is pretty funny.
Mac GZ, the Slave One drops seismic charges. Interesting. George Gajardo. In fairness, even the movie tells us that those bombers were poorly designed. They got turned to shreds. I actually felt bad watching the scene. I think you're meant to. That episode 8, the B plot of episode 8 really suffers from mixed messaging. Because at first you're happy for Poe Dameron saving the day by destroying the Dreadnought and allowing them to get away to jump to hyperspace. But then you're supposed to think that Poe Dameron was wrong and he shouldn't have done all that stuff. But then later on in the movie, everybody likes Poe Dameron again, and then Episode 8 is tough.
Do you think it's the worst one out of the sequels?
I think so.
Yeah. I'm gonna agree with that one. Very controversial opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, out of the 5 new movies, I think it's the weakest one. I think though, what's sad is I think there's a lot of missed potential. I think it could have been the best Star Wars movie if it had just had a lot more development time and a lot more freedom. 7.
Yep.
I love 7.
Good. 7 is very, very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
Al Parker, dudes, what's good? I just cleaned my hobby spot after 8 hours. Should have tuned in earlier.
You should have.
Yeah. What the hell?
CHTF, the Empire had a ship that generated external gravity to stop enemy ships from going to hyperspace. Yes! But only really in the expanded universe. They never made use of them in the movies. Jason M., not sure what it is. There are books for many factions. Little info on it. We'll report when it shows up.
Warhammer Warriors. Warhammer Warriors. That's the theme song to the Warhammer Warriors.
Flip Nut Doodad 88. Episode 8 was a poop show. I remember feeling pretty disappointed in theaters, and then when I watched it the second, third, fourth, fifth time, I found a lot more to appreciate. I really do like all of the Rey Kylo stuff. But the other stuff, again, the B plot, boy, oh boy.
I believe, if I remember correctly, you might have even flicked off the screen when we watched it the first time.
I think was it the weird kiss?
It might have been.
Boy, was that. It's just bizarre. It's almost like they shot a different movie and then edited it into a different movie because there wasn't even a romance happening.
It was pretty great.
Between the two characters.
Yeah, I just remember you flicking off the screen and then me laughing with Amanda.
Oh yeah, I get worked up when I watch movies. I love it. I am invested. But yeah, the whole Poe Dameron, Finn, Rose, Tico stuff is rough. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. And it doesn't matter that it doesn't make sense, but what it matters is that it keeps sending mixed signals. CHTF, in 8, if Finn and Rose got kicked out of the casino, then jumped a pair of patrons and stole their clothes, it would have been a bit better. Yeah, that would have worked. Boy, it seems so convoluted in general that they need a code breaker. And so they call Maz Kanata, and Maz Kanata tells them to talk to the man with, like, the red carnation. And then they go down to a casino planet to find the man with the red carnation. And then they don't find him, but they find Benicio del Toro, who looks like a bad guy. And then you find out Benicio del Toro is a bad guy. And then it all goes downhill, and they end up getting all their friends killed. And then they smooch. But it's like a weird smooch.
It's good. It's a really good movie.
It's really weird.
I think George directed that part.
I agree. Let's blame George.
I'm just going to direct this one part. It's going to be really good. That makes sense. Where's my coffee?
Yeah. What's crazy, though, it was written and directed by Rian Johnson, which is already insane, that they decided to give the sequel to a multi-billion-dollar franchise to some guy. But Knives Out is one of the best movies I've ever seen. And that movie's also written and directed by Rian Johnson. So I think with more time writing it, I think it could have been excellent.
Yeah, I mean that's probably the biggest problem with those three movies.
Yeah,
they don't really make any sense together, except the characters exist in all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough. Yeah, I don't know. And then 9 kind of ignores a lot of 8. So,
yeah, it does.
Yeah, because 8 was weird. Yeah, it's
because YouTube hated 8. Although, really, YouTube didn't hate 8. Content creators loved how much money they could make with 8.
Right.
A lot of people made a lot of money hating on Star Wars Episode 8.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Kyle Seeley, speaking of shooting one movie and editing it into a totally different movie, that's exactly how Lucas made Episode 3. Huh. Neat.
That's why it was so good.
Mm-hmm. Ben Skinner, I find it so weird that they needed a human code breaker in a world with robots legitimately everywhere, one of which is shown in several movies to be able to break codes. Yeah. I mean, it felt very Star Trek. Like we're in a slow speed chase. Even though Kylo Ren and 2 TIE fighters were able to catch up to them in a second and blow up Leia and the other rebels. So they just decided to not try that again for the next 18 hours.
Yeah, it's really good. It's just really good.
Yeah.
It's very clever.
Flipnut Doodad 88, the whole Rose character was lame. I agree, but I think there was potential. What if Rey was a secret spy? And then Finn has to teach her not to be an Imperial. And who better to teach her than an ex-Imperial? Like, I think, and it would make sense for why Laura Dern didn't want to tell anybody her secret plan of running away. Jason Fry, when you stare into the plot holes, sometimes the plot holes stare back.
Yep.
I know the Red Letter Media guys, which was funny. I love Red Letter Media. I have not watched their videos on Star Wars Episode 8 or 9. I can't do it. They're gonna hate it.
Mm-hmm. Did they do one on Episode 7?
They did. They liked 7, but I mean 7's just a good movie.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, people didn't like 7.
Yeah, like yeah. It was weird. 7, it was beloved until like a few months after the movie came out, and then it started to get hate.
Yeah.
Steve 789, I just assumed that there was 20 plus scripts and that they just use bits from all of them, so they don't need to pay any of the writers. Disney is famous for not paying people.
Even now?
Yeah, there's a, what was it called? Like there's like a hashtag Make Disney Pay. Not like people who are working on the movies, but like people who there are rights and ideas and characters they've borrowed or stolen from.
Yeah, well, of course. I mean, they're a big old company.
Yeah, and they have the lawyers to keep people like that off their back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I guess you could have the ScarJo situation as well.
Oh,
she got her money.
Oh, she got her money. I stand with ScarJo.
Yep. As we all do.
Mm-hmm.
Although I was hoping that it would go all the way to court. That would be fun.
Yeah.
They just paid her off.
Disney versus Scarlett Johansson.
What a case.
Mm-hmm. Avengers 3, Scarlett Johansson versus Disney.
Yeah. Geez, at what point do you just stop acting? Because, you have a ton of money.
I don't know.
I would just stop. I'd be like, yeah, I'm just going to lay down now until I die. Maybe that's why I'm not a giant mega actor.
Mm-hmm. Daniel Bear, Ben Solo was the best part of the sequels. Killing him off was the worst of the worst moves. Did my boy dirty. Yeah, I mean, it kind of doesn't matter what happens in the end of a trilogy because they're not going to make more because they're stuck with this trilogy format. But I mean, I love Ben Solo, and it's great that he turned back to the good side. But he kind of was Space Hitler for a little while, so I don't know if you can really keep him around after his redemption arc. Yeah, hey, remember when you helped annihilate planets?
No, but I'm not like that anymore.
Yeah.
I've changed.
Al Parker, what should I buy for my first fighter for X-Wing? I need a reward for finishing my Gene Stealer cult army. Eventually. I would say get the starter box. It comes with 2 X-Wings and a TIE fighter. The X-Wing 2nd edition starter set. I think it's like $30, and it'll give you everything you need to get going. And then just get any ship. It's great. They come pre-painted. They have the cards you need. It's awesome. Daniel Bear, Winter Soldier is a big one that Disney just stole. Interesting. What was the Winter Soldier before it was the Winter Soldier? Sir Monstein, Pepperidge Farm remembers. Man, if anybody hasn't seen Rian Johnson's Knives Out, it is so good. It was shockingly good. Just an excellent movie. Just fun. It feels like a movie.
Well, that's good because it's a movie.
Yeah. I don't know though. Sometimes movies don't feel like movies. Like none of the Marvel movies don't feel like movies. They feel like Marvel movies.
Did it feel like a picture? Did it feel like cinema?
Yeah. It felt like cinema. Like I don't know, classic movies have a feel like Groundhog's Day or like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Like where they're putting on a show for you.
Right.
It felt like that.
Brent Skinner, we saw it, 7, as a family, and my brother was hungover. I remember the car ride home where he was in between naps just saying, "Why were the stormtroopers there?"
Why were the stormtroopers there?
Kyle Seeley, I mean, if Star Wars teaches us anything, it's that you can still end up as a smiling, happy ghost after brutally murdering children.
That is true. Technically, that was Darth Vader, not Anakin Skywalker, right? Right.
Yeah, and I think people use that excuse all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he sure did murder like cute little 5-year-olds, didn't he? Master Skywalker, what are we going to do? I'm not looking at the camera because the director told me not to. But I don't know, I'm not an actor, so I'm just kind of staring off into space. Al Parker, Gene Stealer Cult makes you get frustrated with all the damn stuff all over them, but you just can't help but use 5 different base colors. Green Yeti 907, I heard Knives Out was great, but sadly I got spoiled by it on social media. Ah, nice. I didn't get spoiled, although here's I would love to talk about this. Spoilers. I don't care one bit about spoilers. I've had things completely spoiled for me and still love the spit out of them. I don't feel like spoilers ever take away from the movie for me. But like, what do you guys think? Because I know some people can't do spoilers, and if the thing gets spoiled, they can't watch the thing because they won't enjoy it.
I usually don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Because usually I'll forget.
John B, have a question. How do you keep the tip of your brushes so tight? The tip of your brush should stay tight. Really, the things that can damage your tip is if you let paint dry on it. You should never ever touch dry bristles to wet paint. That is a really easy way to damage your brush bristles. But yeah, your brush should just a proper brush care and etiquette. I think usually I can go to my palette 3 times to refresh my color before I have to clean it in the water cup. Daniel Bear, Marvel gave a writer free reign and he came up with the whole concept, and then Disney didn't even credit him in the Winter Soldier movie as the creator. Wow. Oh, I hope that's true. I hope that Disney's just the worst. Wait, I can murder I can murder children without any consequences? Well, time to go kill my oh wait, Nick said Star Wars isn't real. Damn.
Lucky Bats. Can't stand spoilers. When I found out how Titanic ends, I was crushed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's upsetting.
Bryant Scanner, if the storytelling is good, spoilers don't matter to me.
Yep.
Sir Moinstein, spoilers just make me wonder how they get to that point.
I can say that.
Flipnut Doodad 88, it depends on the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Monitor, sometimes I'm in the middle of a movie and I get so excited about the plot, I go on Wikipedia and spoil it for myself. I don't care about spoilers though, I just want that good story.
I've done that before too.
Kino Kinonas, hot me question, how do you get that shill money? You do a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship.
Yeah.
And this stream was brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends, the #1 video game in the world. It has 21 billion players worldwide, and it is free 100%, no microtransactions whatsoever. So start playing right now.
Hell yeah. And this stream is also sponsored by Bubbly.
Yeah.
They now have a caffeinated sparkling water.
Mm-hmm.
So you can really be pissing all the time and be buzzed out of your mind.
And speaking of protein, we got Magic Spoon cereal. The cereal that's good for you, but it tastes like the sugary cereals from your childhood.
And it's keto friendly too.
It is keto friendly.
Everyone here is in ketosis right now, and we don't want to ruin it to you. So subscribe to Magic Spoon.
And you can keep your coupons for Magic Spoon in your Ridge wallet.
Damn. Exactly.
And the Ridge wallet actually has UV protection, and so you can actually use NordVPN to keep all of your other information safe, like your Ridge wallet keeps your money safe.
Damn, insane. And Sir Moinstein has our promo code. Use promo code EOBSHILL for 15% off on everything.
Oh god, that should be our code.
Next time. That would be pretty good. EOBSHILL.
Lazy Bum, don't dip your brush all the way into the paint. Keep the paint as far away from the furrow as possible. Yes, absolutely. And remember to clean your paint water often, because once that paint water gets soupy, it is damaging your brush by getting paint into the furrow.
Soupy?
More like poopy.
Yeah, you're going to have a poopy brush.
Mm-hmm. Green Yeti 907. Yeah, most of the time spoilers don't bother me. That's just something I remember, but I think I'll check out Knives Out soon. Oh, Knives Out is so good.
George Gajardo, gonna need one of those ball shaving clubs. Yeah, we don't have them yet, but we're working on it. Manscaped, shave your balls. Although the way ball shaving clubs, I kind of like to think that you go to a place and just other people shave your balls.
Yeah.
This would be kind of a fun experience. Yeah. balls. Do you think the Necrons have to shave their Necron balls?
Yeah, for sure. Aestheticus Deluxe. Snape kills Dumbledore! Oh no! SEM. Hey guys, any tips on making a base with some sort of elevation looking over the edge of a rock? Yes! Pine nuggets or pine bark nuggets make excellent fake rocks that are easy to cut or sand, and they dry brush beautifully. Pine bark nuggets. Lucky Bat, you gotta read the Wikipedia article first. How else will I know that I won't like it?
That's funny in more ways than anyone here can understand.
SEM, do people actually play Raid? I think a lot of people do. I think it actually did get successful just by everyone in the world plugging it.
Is it an app? Can I download it right now?
Probably. I don't know how it works. I know in a business blaze, a Simon Whistler business blaze, his editor, I think he did an episode on Raid, and his editor played it, and the editor is like, it's not particularly fun, and there's lots of microtransactions.
Oh my god. Well, it is, it has 355,000 ratings, and it still has a 4.7. So
wow.
People must like it. You have to be 12 and up, so you can't play, but I can. And on the charts, it's at number 67 in role playing. So not overall, but in role playing, that's where it is. Great game. About 5 months in, Jesus Christ.
Lee Quinn, I hope you guys aren't giving misinformation about VPNs like other shills do. Definitely, we would never, unless one of them paid us.
Exactly. Yeah, I've heard two things. I've heard that the VPNs are necessary and good from the ads, and I also heard that they're dumb and they actually don't do anything. Like they can do the thing where you you can be in a different country and watch different Netflix stuff or whatever, because different countries have different Netflix things, but it doesn't actually protect you that much.
I can believe it.
But I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
Mondature. Common misconception. Ball shaving clubs are for elite tennis players and swimmers. Lazy Bum. Plot twists can be epic, and the revelation of something crazy in the plot can really get the serotonin flowing. That is true. Lee Quinn. Necron living metal can be shaped according to the user's will, so their balls are as hairy as they want them to be.
Perfect.
Have you guys ever seen The Thing? Which Thing? The Thing from the Thing from Another World, John Carpenter's The Thing, or the 2011 The Thing? I have seen them all, and one of them's good. The original black and white one is not bad, but it's just a really old B movie.
I like the B movie. Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, Jerry Seinfeld's a hoot. He's a hoot and a half. Jerry! What's the deal with
He barely even sounds like that. Yeah. SEM, I would like to see Nick painting on stream someday. When he does it on videos, he looks miserable. Well, you're actually in luck. I am streaming tomorrow. on
awesome.
Sunday.
Ah, I can't wait.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not wrong.
John B, my main use of a VPN is to get around my work firewall so I can stream Twitch.
Woo!
That's pretty awesome. Montetura, y'all Seinfeld impression makes me miss Celebrity Deathmatch. Oh god, how is it 11:37? It feels like it's 2 in the morning.
George Gajardo. Nick is streaming on Sunday? Yes. First, we're going to be doing prayers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be about 5 hours. And then after that, we're going to get to the painting for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that every Sunday. And for some reason, it always says 0 watching. I don't know if that's normal or...
Yeah, it's pretty average.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm ruining everything.
Lee Quinn, almost all traffic on the net is HTTPS, which means it's encrypted. So VPN would just encrypt encrypted information. So that part is useless. It's good for changing your geolocation. Lee Quinn, or for creating an encrypted connection to a network such as work. There you go. Are you saying that I won't be extra protected? Yeah. Interesting.
Well, in boring J news, recently I found a candle in my house, and so I decided that maybe a candle would be nice, and so I've been lighting a candle in my room, and it's delightful. And so today I went to Walgreens and I got a candle. It's different than the wax melts, because I like the wax melts, but a flame, there's something fun about fire.
Maybe you just set the wax on fire.
There you go. Well, wax doesn't really burn. It's kind of like the whole point. It melts.
Yeah. Well, maybe not the way that you're doing it, but yeah, I've burnt the house down in my day.
Yeah.
So.
I've been staying up late working on scripts, and it's kind of nice, the little candle flicker in the corner of my dark room.
Yeah. You're right, that was boring J news.
Yeah. That's what you get at 11:30 on a Saturday.
Yeah. I like I see what you mean about the it's nice to have a flicker going on. But I do like a wax melt. I like that you can just really easily change the flavor.
Yeah.
I like to do this thing where, you know, you let it heat up and it's all, you know, heat up and gloopy. And then when you change the flavor, you drink whatever in the cup and you put in the next flavor.
Exactly.
Kind of a fun thing to do.
Yeah. Lucky Bat. Jay's an arsonist. Confirmed.
Yep.
Aestheticus Deluxe. A Warhammer candle? I wish. Wasn't there one like Nurgle's toenails or something?
I don't know if it was that disgusting.
Slanesh's jizz?
Yeah, that's what it was. Slanesh's jizz.
I think we can find out right now, right? Isn't it Chris? Wasn't it Christmas Warhammer community?
I have no idea.
Eight ways to celebrate Warhammer Day of the Tabletop. I bet this is it.
Obviously. Of course that's what it is.
Oh, maybe it's not. It is! Okay. So, there's Slanesh, Sporific Musk,
Yeah.
Astra...
You know what musk means?
Elon. Yeah. Astra Militarum, Catachan Potpourri.
Good one.
Space Marine, Dark Angels Tallow, Tau ethereal pheromones, and Tyranids toxicrene spores.
It'd be fun if it, had all those flowery names, and then it's Nurgle's poop.
Nurgle's poop.
Shit.
I kind of want the Tau scent, the Tau ethereal pheromones.
Does it have a link to see how much it costs?
Oh, yeah. Click on Warhammer 40,000 scented candles. Place your bets. Place your bets.
For one candle?
For one candle.
I'm going to guess 15.
Maybe this is fun. Maybe we'll give a couple of little... Yeah. Everybody chat. How much do you think the Games Workshop candle is? And don't look it up. Sir Moistine, I like using candle hot plates for mine in the winter. Hand warmer. Oh, that's a good idea.
Ooh, I think Flipnut Dude has it correct. 199.99.
Oh, for sure. It looks like $20, $25, $35, 30 Canadian. They are $22.99.
Oh,
that is a pricey candle.
Mm-hmm.
Really, I think you buy it for the joke. I'm sure they're fine candles, but I kind of want the Tau one. That's really funny.
Mm-hmm. Does that have free shipping?
Oh, better.
How many candles do you have to buy?
Probably a bunch. I kind of maybe I get one of those sweaters too. The sweaters are kind of dope.
Which one would you get?
Probably the Space Marine one.
Yeah.
I don't see any. Oh no, it is free shipping.
I want the Squig plushie.
Yeah, it's free shipping on one candle. That's awesome. I mean, they're making it up for the $22 candle, but.
Do you think on eBay right now I can buy a Squig plushie from some random person?
Oh, 100% you can.
Squig plushie. 0 results for Squig plushie. So they instead it's searching for Squid plushie, and it's all Squid Game stuff.
Jason M., the only reason why I'm not getting it for the Tyranid 10. The Squig plushie got recalled. It did get recalled, but does that really, stop it from being sold?
I think so.
Huh.
Because, I mean, they're telling people to
throw
it out.
Yeah. Yeah, you will die if you buy one of the Squig plushies. I want one now.
I do too. Yeah, there's nothing on eBay. You can get the red gobbler though, the new one. Man, that is hilarious though.
Mm-hmm.
Lazy Bum murder plushies.
Mm-hmm.
Sir Moinstein, I would watch Squig Game. Me too. I want to buy one of these.
I feel like I've bought plush toys that have a very, very loose pom-pom.
Yeah. I feel like I have as well.
You know, what kind of glue are they using on Beanie Babies?
Yeah, I don't know. Very, very funny. Please return it for a full refund. What is Koyo? I guess that's who made it?
Huh. They must just make swag stuff. I think they also made the Nurgle plushie.
Oh. I bet you they'll never work with them again.
Probably not. You don't want your Christmas themed plushie recall posted everywhere in the world right before the holidays.
Yeah. I'm on their website right now, the Koyo store, and they have these these Warhammer Mystery Faction pin badges, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the way that they look like condoms. Like the packaging for condoms, that's exactly what it looks like, but Warhammer.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, folks. I know what condoms look like. It's very weird. You can still get the Nurgle plush. Oh, never mind. It's sold out.
Oh. That's okay. I didn't really want one. It's kind of cute, but if they made a Necron scarab, I think I'd be all over that.
At Trius, condoms are the one thing they wouldn't sell in a Warhammer store.
Oh, there would be no need.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite comments of all time was on Facebook. A whole bunch of people were complaining about some whatever thing Games Workshop said that day, and then somebody commented underneath. It's like, you have to understand that the average Warhammer fan has never experienced friendship or the touch of another human being.
They have a very cute Griffhound plushie.
Is it cute? I remember the Griffhound plushie being lame.
I mean, it's lame, but it's cute.
I feel like a Griffhound is not unique enough. Because a Griffhound, isn't that a real thing?
I don't know.
Like a real thing outside of 40k?
Yes, but I think it's lame and cute. It's smiling, it looks happy. It looks like it's, just killed someone and it's happy about it. I think it's lame that there's a recall.
Mm-hmm. God, I hope somebody makes a YouTube video where they show off the squig. And they're like, let's do an unboxing and review of the recalled... I mean, now it's a collector's item.
That it really is. The Koyo store actually doesn't have... It doesn't say on their website that it's that there's a recall.
Interesting. Maybe Koyo is a little sketch.
It could be. Yeah, very interesting. If anyone has one, I will buy it off of you. I will give you your money back.
Yeah, plus a little something extra. Free foot pick.
Yep, we'll send it right over.
I'll trade you the candle I bought today from Walgreens
There you go.
for the recalled squig.
Bear Wizard recalled items. This is a whole new FOMO.
Exactly. Siege TF. Games Workshop condoms. The Emperor protects.
George Gajardo. So who smells worse? Gamers at a friendly local game store or your viewers?
Ooh.
It's a toss-up. But,
yeah.
Definitely our
I mean,
viewers.
kind of one and the same.
Michael Spitz, howdy do?
Howdy do, guys? It's Luke here. Sir Moinstein, wouldn't it be even funnier if the candles was recalled?
Yes.
Oh, you light the candle and you just die.
Yeah.
Atrius, not sure if it's been mentioned yet, but the Lord of the Rings box game looks really tempting and almost reasonably priced. Has the price come out for it? I actually thought it looked pretty dope too. Warhammer Community. Warhammer... No, not Warhammer TV. Nobody wants Warhammer TV. Warhammer Community. Altar of Wrath. Kit Focus, Lore Masters, Black Library pre-orders. It wouldn't be this, right? This is just books.
Games Workshop.
Showing off people's Middle Earth stuff. No, they're not a Dragon article. I don't see anything about the price. It is in the small size box, though. Oh, you found it?
Yeah, pre-orders. $75.
That's really good. I mean, for Games Workshop, it's still money, but
yeah, if you go to the normal Games Workshop page, Middle Earth, and then sort by pre-orders.
Oh.
Yeah. First time I've ever clicked Middle Earth.
Middle Earth. Boy, that just came and now you can buy it. Usually they show something off and then months later.
Did these models already exist?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know anything about Lord of the Rings.
There's books, and then they made movies, and then now they have a game.
Yeah, so
But they did that a while ago.
$75 gets you the Fellowship of the Rings, which, gotta be honest, these models details a little. It's a little early 2000s. And then the bad guys. Bad guys are cool.
It'd be funny if these are all metal.
22 Citadel miniatures. Yeah, what are they made out of?
Plastic, because it says plastic.
It does
glue
say
and Citadel
plastic glue.
paints.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are old. They're like, yeah, let's put some cards in there. I don't know, like a board or whatever, and that's the game. Interesting.
Yeah, I stand by what I said in the Malls of Memories. I think you could reasonably get normies to sit down and play this with you.
Well, not normies. Like, you still have to be a dweeb a little bit.
You still have to be a little dweeby. Normal
Yep.
people like Lord of the Rings.
I don't know if that's true. They're like, oh, I saw that when I was young. That's what they think.
Yeah.
Jennifer Perryman, Jay, anyone at the Friendly Local Game Store that watches your videos?
I know the manager does.
Didn't you say that somebody recognized you?
Yes.
Or realized who you were? So, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Because I walked in, and then the manager's like, "Hey Jay, what's going on?" And then we got to talking, and he's like, "Wait, are you the Jay from Eon's Battle?" And I was like, "Yes."
And he kissed you on the lips, which is a little weird.
Yeah, it was weird. Through the masks, which was an interesting move. Well, mask contact.
He bit through his mask and then into yours to be able to kiss you and have a window, like kiss window. Yeah. Yeah. People are kind of crazy because they haven't seen human beings in a while, you know?
Ariel Krasnauer. Hey Jay, greetings from Argentina. Ah, cool. Beer Wizard. I think the cave troll never used to be plastic. Interesting. Yeah, they sure. Oh no, they do show off the sprues. Okay. Boy, these these sprues. These don't even look like Games Workshop sprues.
Oh my god. Damn. Yeah, these are weird.
Yeah, I guess they do it like this way, just in case you don't want to paint them.
Yeah.
You can just put them together and it's ready to go.
Blue.
Oh, the custom dice are kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think they're just printed, but it's still neat.
Yeah.
Maybe they're not. Maybe they are etched. Hard to tell.
It is hard to tell. Yeah, it's hard to. They really, if they're etched, you wouldn't be able to know.
Yeah.
Damn, that's blue and that's red.
Yeah.
The other one's gray. Michael Spitz, and then he gave you an intercessor kit, so you wouldn't sue him.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I think the blue and the red. I know, Fantasy Flight changed X-wing. Originally, the X-wing tokens had blue and green markings, and they switched, or green and red markings, and they switched it to blue and red markings to make it easier for red-green colorblind people.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. There's actually a whole bunch of really, really cool videos from the game designers of X-Wing talking about the changes they made from X-Wing 1 to X-Wing 2 and why they made all the decisions that they did and what their thought process was for the changes. And I think it still was pretty rough, the transition from first to second edition. People were not happy.
People weren't happy about something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, about change. Can you believe it?
Oh, no. That's not the wargamers that I know and love.
Daniel Bear, that Legolas model was the first Games Workshop model I ever owned. Neat.
John B, $75 isn't that bad of a deal for Games Workshop.
For Games Workshop, that's not bad.
For any other company, though, it's pretty
Yeah,
bad.
that's pretty bad.
It is, you know, it's 22 miniatures,
Uh-huh.
which is not very many. They're cool. It is also Lord of the Rings, so it's, you know,
Branded. It comes with rules in the game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not gonna be $50.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be $20.
That's $3.4 a model. So that's pretty darn good for Games Workshop.
Lazy Bum. Other companies would use PVC board game minis.
Mm-hmm.
That is also true. You do get something real for $75.
Yeah. Get that G-dub quality. I think it'd also be fun to have those models and try to really do a good job painting them to look like the characters.
Yeah. It'd also be fun to do a really bad job painting the characters.
It would be.
Just paint them so they look nothing like the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like the characters at all. It'd be pretty good.
You shall not pass. Oh.
It. I hate the number 12. I don't know why. It just feels like it signals for the end of something. Could you believe that it's 12 o'clock right now? And you know what that means? That means that we're going to go right to Betty by time.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Well, we had 3 videos out this week, so make sure you go watch those videos. We also had a Patreon exclusive episode where we talked about some of the Hammer and Bolter videos, which is fun. We had a Patreon stream on Friday. You can join the Patreon. You can join us every Friday for a Patreon-only stream where you can actually chat with us with your human voice or robot voice or alien voice, whatever voice you want to voice. But we'll be back with another live stream on Monday at 9 p.m. Central. So join us for that.
Yeah. I painted his Thord.
You did.
All right, everybody. Good night.